Here are some surprising things about the Philippines. Number 10. It has 7,641 islands, but only around 2,000 are inhabited. Filipinos believe their country was made up of 7,107 islands for decades. However, in 2013, the Philippines Department of Environment and Natural Resources, National Mapping and Resource Information Authority, or NAMRIA, received new technology that allowed them to better examine land formations. As a result, NAMRIA found almost 500 previously undiscovered islands. Number 9. The capital, Manila, is actually made up of 16 cities. While most people refer to Manila, they are referring to the broader metropolis area, sometimes known as Metro Manila. According to the country's 2015 census, Manila has a population of about under 2 million people. Metro Manila, on the other hand, is comprised of 16 cities, including Manila, and has a population of over 12.8 million people. The National Capital Region, which is one of the 16 administrative regions, is popularly known as Metro Manila. Number 8. Spain, the US, and Japan all colonized the Philippines at one point. The Philippines were first colonized by Spain in the 16th century. Although the British briefly held Manila from 1762 to 1764, it would go on to colonize the country for more than 330 years. Following its defeat in the Spanish-American War in 1898, Spain was compelled to sell the Philippines to the United States. The United States stayed in control until World War II, when Japan invaded. Following their loss in 1945, the Japanese were compelled to flee. Remains of the colonial era can still be sensed today. The Philippines, like most other countries still hurting from centuries of colonial tyranny, has Spanish architecture and English is widely spoken. Number 7. Philippines is the country with the third most Catholics in the world. Although some parts of the southern island of Mindanao are mainly Muslim, the majority of Filipinos are Catholic. Filipinos are known for their religious devotion. Every year on Good Friday, for example, some Catholics reenact Jesus' crucifixion and flagellate themselves in his honor, despite the fact that these traditions are not sanctioned by the Catholic Church. Number 6. It is illegal to get a divorce. Many Filipinos are socially conservative, opposing abortion and gay marriage because of their very religious traditions. The Catholic Church, which continues to be a major and influential force in the country, has long opposed divorce legalization. However, just because divorce is prohibited does not preclude a married couple from separating. Couples can obtain an annulment, but this can be a lengthy, expensive, and difficult process. Number 5. One of the main modes of transportation is a 1940s-styled World War II Jeep. For many Filipinos, the jeepney is a source of pride. Divers frequently spray paint intricate religious or cultural artwork on the insides and outsides of their jeeps, blast music, and pull over in the middle of the road to pick up passengers. Number 4. Manny Pacquiao is also a politician. Manny Pacquiao is one of the most popular boxers in the world, yet few people outside of the Philippines are aware that he is currently spending his first term as a senator. Pacquiao exploited his famous profile to get into politics in 2010. He was elected to the Philippine House of Representatives to represent a district in Mindanao's Sarangani province. He opted to compete for higher office in 2016, and he eventually won a coveted position in the Philippine Senate. Even though he continues to box, he is now a full-time senator. Number 3. The Philippines won a landmark case against China in the dispute over the South China Sea. In July 2016, a key judgment in favor of the Philippines in the continuing territory dispute in the South China Sea was issued by an international tribunal in The Hague. The case was filed by the Philippine government in reaction to China's claims of sovereignty over the majority of the region. Number 2. Basketball is the most popular sport. In the Philippines, basketball is quite popular. It was initially used during the American occupation's early years. The Philippine Basketball Association, or PBA, the country's version of the NBA, was created in 1975. The league has professional athletes from all around the world, including those from the United States. Number 1. Mindanao, the southernmost island of the Philippines, is home to one of the longest-running rebel insurgencies in the world. The NPA originated as a populist and ideologically driven rebellion against U.S. imperialism and what it saw as a corrupt Philippine central government. It is effectively the armed wing of the Communist Party of the Philippines. Those sentiments still fuel the movement today, despite the fact that the majority of rebel combatants are concentrated in Mindanao's rural and mountainous areas. The rebels continue to collect taxes from local citizens in several regions, threatening to destroy their homes or valuables if they do not pay. They are also responsible for a slew of murders and crimes. The Philippine government meets with the rebels on a regular basis in an attempt to reach an agreement, but President Duterte, exasperated, has postponed talks.